Oh, I just got that on tape. My name is Garrett Perry. I grew up in a small town called Kitwanga in northern British Columbia. I work at CKPG in Prince George, British Columbia, as a master control operator. It sounds pretty glorious, but all I do is monitor playlists of commercials. I make sure the commercials are timed properly, then watch them go to air. After the ads have gone to air, I write down the times. My job has some perks. Basically, all I do is watch TV. It's kind of cool. I work in a television studio. Sometimes I climb onto the roof, but I have to tell someone that I'm doing it in case I get hurt. When it snows, I have to brush off these satellites. When I get bored, I like to pretend that I'm in a music video for Lou Reed's Satellite of Love. You can get a cool view of Prince George from up here, but the building is only 3 stories high. But it is kind of impressive when you are from a small town. I like Prince George and all, but Kitwanga is where it's at, so I visit every chance I can get. First, I have to catch the city bus to get off near Via Rail. My train was supposed to leave by 8, but it was late again because there was a freighter train stuck in our way. Things run a little slower on the train. It's not allowed to go faster than 50 miles per hour, which I'm not sure how fast that is because it's not in kilometers. If you don't have cash, they do take credit, but the tap feature doesn't work here. So they have to take an impression of your card, like they used to in the good old days, I've told. So I got a beer and I was a happy transit user. There's plenty of room, you could view all the scenery, and once I saw a moose. Didn't have my camera though, but it was pretty cool. My train stewardess was named Tracy McLean. She wrote a book about the train route between Jasper, Alberta and Prince George, British Columbia. And since I had the opportunity, I sat down and asked her about Kitwanga.
Right now there's about 400 full-time residents that live there, and some of them live on the north side of Kitwanga, where we can't see it, and others live on the other side. And there used to be 60 totem poles there, and now I think there's 16 that you can see on the south side of our train. Lots of heritage there, the different bands that lived there over the time to get sand.
The 2 sections of Kitwanga are split up between a short drive. One half is a reserve known as Gitwangak, which translates to the people of the land of the rabbits. When the white man came, they changed it to Kitwanga because it was easier to pronounce. These are rabbit tracks. I've never seen a wild rabbit, but here's proof that they exist. Kitwanga has a lumber mill and is probably the largest employer in the region. Logging trucks were coming in fast and plentiful that day when I went out for a walk. This is pretty much the view from my parents' back door. I didn't really want to go on any extended nature walks. While I was in Kitwanga, I brought my dad and my brother their lunches to the mill, so I grabbed some shots while I was there. Also not very far from where I was staying. The mill has had a shady past. With multiple previous owners, the mill would always seem to shut down during breakup. The spring melt when it was too muddy to log. But the owners now seem to understand the concept of hoarding logs for the off-season of logging. Well, that was the last time I took my camera for a walk. Maybe I'll do it again someday. Much love, Garrett Perry.